You're welcome to today's webinar. It's actually a very short one, an abridged one, and that's why it's called the Launch and Learn. It's an abridged version of the book Put Your Dream to Test, which was authored by John C. Maxwell, which is authored by, let me start again. Hello, everyone. You're welcome to today's webinar. I'm so excited to have you. I'd like to know where you're connecting from, your name, and where you're connecting from. This is a webinar it's a book written by John C. Maxwell, Put Your Dream to Test. So it is an abridged version of the book, Put Your Dream to Test. Put your dream to test. And let's just take a deep dive into the class of today. What is your dream? I'm so passionate about the topic, putting your dreams to test. What is your dream? Will you achieve it in your lifetime? I'm sure you hope you will. But will you actually do it? What are the odds that could stand in your way? 1 in 5 or 1 in 100? How can you tell whether your chances are good or whether your dream will always remain as a dream or a reality? Turn to the person next to you or anyone around you. Ask them the question, are you willing to put your dream to test? And hear what they have to say. I will achieve my dream in my lifetime. This is just a declaration. But beyond just declaring, if there are no actions to back these words, it's just a mere word, a mere phrase. It has no meaning. Now look at the same person and say, I am willing, with the right tools, to put my dream to test and see it pass. Now a dream is an inspiring picture of the future that energizes your mind, will, and emotions. It empowers you to do everything you can to achieve it. There wouldn't be enough time to go through the dream test process. We will, however, cover the reasons people don't identify their dreams, and then we will go into 2 of the 10 questions on how to put your dream to the test. Like I rightly said, a dream is an inspiring picture. Yes, I actually will be talking about the author of the book, Dr. John C. Maxwell. He's #1 New York Times best-selling author, coaching speaker, who has sold over 26 million books in 50 languages. John is an internationally respected leadership expert whose philosophy is simple. Everything rises and falls on leadership. In 2014, he was identified as the #1 leader in business by the American Management Association and the most influential leadership expert in the world by Business Insider Incorporated magazine. In his book, Put Your Dream to Test, John says, dreams are valuable commodities. And so the mind is the womb of creativity, where life is made and created. The mind could also be referred to the soil which you plant your seed, and the seed grows to become a plant or a tall tree, depending on how you tend the plant. In his book, Put Your Dream to Test, John says, dreams are valuable commodities. They propel us forward. They give us energy. They make us enthusiastic. Everyone ought to have a dream. But what if you are not sure whether you would, whether you have a dream you want to pursue? Let's face it, many people were not encouraged to dream. Others have dreams, but lose hope and set their dream aside. Do you have a dream? Look around the room and pause. Man is a spirit, has a soul, lives in a body. It is your mind that comprises of the soul. It is the soul that comprises of the mind, will, and emotions. The chamber that houses the mind, will, and the emotions is the soul. And so the emotions has to do with your feeling. The will, it has to do with your decision making. And the mind is where this is your creative zone, where you picture what you want to become, what you want to achieve, how you want to achieve them 4, 5, 10 years from now. That is it. And there are 5 reasons people have not been able to identify their dreams. I would like to share my story. I love to scribble. And before I moved to this side of the country, I used to be a very busy person. And so my mentor reached out to me. Just a moment. My mentor reached out to me and asked me, what would you love to do? What would you like to do? Or what do you do? The mind is the womb of creativity where life is made and created. In this book, Put Your Dream to Test, John says dreams are valuable commodities. They propel us forward. They give us energy. They also make us enthusiastic. Everyone ought to have a dream. But what if you're not sure whether you have a dream you want to pursue? Let's face it, many people were not encouraged to dream. Others have dreams but lose hope and then later set their dream aside. Do you have a dream? Look around the room and take a pause. Man is a spirit, has a soul, lives in a body. It is your mind that is a creative zone. The body is just the case that keeps you here on this planet. Without your body, you cannot be on this side of the planet. The soul is the chamber that houses the mind, the will, and the emotions. The emotions has to do with your feeling. The will has to do with your decision making. The mind is the creative zone. You can also refer to as the soil, which you can plant your seed, and the seed can germinate to become a tall tree or a big plant, depending on how you tender that plant from its seedling to when it becomes a full plant. There are 5 common reasons people have that do not help them to identify their dreams. And these 5 common reasons, people have not been able to identify their dream as a result of these common reasons. And so these 5 common reasons are reasons I'm going to be diving into in order to be able to explain reasons why people are failing to identify their dreams. But before I go into that, I'd like to share my story. Before I moved down into the side of the country, I used to be a very busy person. And being busy means that I used to have a lot of engagements. I was working, I have a business, and also was schooling doing my PhD. But moving to this side of this country, I wasn't that busy. And actually was complaining to a senior friend of mine who asked me, so what would you love to do? Or what do you love to do? And I actually told him that I love to write, I love to scribble, I love to journal. And he said, why don't you take it to the next stage of writing a book or writing an article? And this was all his words spurred me to writing. And I began my journey of putting my collection, my thoughts together. I wrote a book. I gave to my neighbor to help me peruse and give me constructive feedback to see how I'm doing. But I found that 2-3 months down the line, my neighbor never got back to me. So I felt disappointed. I felt that maybe it wasn't a good read for her. So I had to put the dream aside and never went back to it. But down the line, my mentor reached out to me, my senior friend, to just, check on me to see how I have been progressing on my newfound skill, my dream. So when he did ask, I told him I don't think I was called to, be an author. And he said, why did you say so? He probed further. And I had to tell him what I encountered, that my neighbor never got back to me. And I felt maybe what I put together was not a good read. And he said, you do not have to wait for people to compliment you or people to tell you you're doing well. You need to take your life in your hands. And he said, why don't you give it to a professional who is paid for his job? And that was how I moved on. I picked the manuscript, gave to an editor who did justice to the work. He got back to me and told me that you have a great nugget here. Why don't you move on to the next level of publishing your book? And today, I overcame this, the spirit of disappointment and discouragement. I went beyond, abandoning my dream. So having it being a reality, I've authored the first and today the second book. I became a bestseller. So there are 5 common reasons you must overcome it in order for you to be able to identify your dreams. And number 1 is discouragement from dreaming by others. We call them dream crushers, idea killers. They don't have any dream of their own, but don't want to see anyone succeed with their own dream. Number 2 is disappointment. Number 2 of reasons why people fail to identify their dream is disappointment. Hindrance from past disappointment and odds also stop people from achieving their dream or identifying their dream. Disappointment is the gap between expectation and reality. Failure is the price we must pay for success for us to get to the level where we ought to be. So we must be ready to take a dive. And failure and success must be kept together because failure, you learn a lot from failure than you would learn in success. And when these two are kept together, it helps you to stay resilient and, to keep trying until you succeed at what you want to achieve. Number three of reasons why people fail to identify their dream. It's just settling in for whatever state they find themselves. Just, settling in to the status quo, not making an attempt, not stretching themselves, not putting an effort. And such people are referred to people that are average. They are mediocres. And number four reasons why people fail to identify their dreams is lack of confidence. Lack of confidence. They lack the confidence needed to pursue their dream. It takes confidence to talk about your dream and even much more to pursue it. And sometimes confidence separates those or separate people who dream and pursue their dream from those who do not. And number five of reason why people fail to identify the dream is imagination. Some people lack the power to imagine. And some people lack the power to imagine their dream. Imagination is the soil that brings a dream to life. No matter what your age is, your condition, there are still untapped possibilities within you, new beauty waiting to be born. It's never too late to dream again. A man can change his outer space by changing his inner space. So whatever you want to become, whatever you would be, God has already been put in you. It's already inside of you. So you need to check your inner space. And that's why you need to guard your heart. You need to guide your mind. For out of it is the issue of life. Because it is like the computer, garbage in, garbage out. Whatever you allow inside your mind is what you will give out in return. You cannot give what you do not have. These are the 10 steps in order to be able to conquer your dream. And these are the 10 questions in the 10 chapters of the book, Put Your Dream to Test. It is ownership, clarity, reality, passion, pathway, people, cost, tenacity, fulfillment, and significance. But today, consider some of the reasons we just discussed where you might be struggling with your dream. I want you to think about what it will take to propel you forward to the next steps of making those dreams come true. Come true, or also come alive, or come to reality. And thinking about the answers to this question, I want you to emphasize that there are 10 steps, as I just read now, to conquering your dream. So let's dive into one of those today. And today we're going to be covering the ownership and the cost reasons of why we need to conquer our dreams. Step one, is when the dream is right for the person ought to be right for the dream. The two cannot be separated from each other. For something to truly be your dream, you need to see the possibility it represents, and you need to own it. Ownership is the first vital step to fulfilling your dream. Have you heard people say, you should have been a doctor? Or have you ever thought, I always wanted to be a teacher, but my parents wanted me to be an engineer, and I didn't want to disappoint them. These are words said by people in order because they want to please their parents, their coach, their mentor, or their senior friend. But beyond that, your dream is you. It is unique to you. You can't afford to leave somebody else's dream for your life. You need to own your dream and take ownership in order to fulfill your dream. Taking ownership of your dream starts by owning your dream. So there are 5 steps, 5 points I'm going to be discussing. Number one, you have to be willing to bet on yourself. You may succeed if nobody else believes in you, but you will never succeed if you don't believe in yourself. So it starts with you. It all lies in your hands. You must be your number one cheerleader. Nobody will do it for you. Number two, of the reasons to own your dream, steps to owning your dream, is you must lead your life instead of accepting your life. Making the right decision and managing those decisions daily is very important, for we make a lot of decisions daily. So you must manage and defend and be responsible for your decisions. The power of choice is the greatest power that a person possesses. It is the greatest power God has given to every man. Number 3 of owning your dream is love what you do and do what you love. Successful people there are successful people who see opportunity and also seize their opportunity. Some people see opportunity and they take off their face, but some people see opportunity and they go headlong, running after it to seize that opportunity to make it a reality. So number 4 of owning your dream, do not compare yourself. Don't compare yourselves. For the Bible says, those that compare themselves to themselves are unwise. and they are fools. So when you compare yourself with someone who is superior, you feel very inferior. And when you compare yourself with those who are inferior, you feel superior. But when you stop comparing yourself with others, you feel empowered. Success is doing that best you can with what you have right now and starting right now. And number 5 of owning your dream is believe in your vision for the future. Even when others don't understand you, you are not an accident. You are here for a reason. If success is not on your own terms, if it looks good, then you probably would have to run after it. So you have to give it all it takes. You must focus on your vision. You must run it with passion. When you discover your vision, you're able to run with it with passion. What if you had no limitations? These are questions people ask. When you take ownership of your dream, you commit to your dream. So what level of commitment are you right now? On the scale to 1 to 10, 1 being, it'll be nice to have, and 10 being, I lose sleep at night because I want to eat so badly. I'm a 10 because a lot of times I have to burn the midnight candle. If you're less than an 8, you need to check yourself and decide if your dream is a business or an hobby. Ask yourself, what would I do if I had no limitations? Or what would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? The first step in being able to answer this question is taking ownership of your dream. Prepare to start right now. Prepare to move forward. It is said that a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step today. Start taking those baby steps, and you will surely get to your destined point, and you become that change agent you are called to be. And number 2 of putting your dream to test, we just finished the first one. We just talked about owning your dream. Another component of testing your dream is the cost of the dream. Now, I'm not talking about just dollars and cents. I'm sure the moment I mention cost, you'll be thinking it's money. It has to do with cash. No, it doesn't have anything to do with dollar and cent. Turn to your neighbor and ask them, are you willing to pay the price for your dream? Dreams are personal, and many people avoid the question. In avoiding the question, you avoid the cost. At the same time, that means you would avoid the dream. So what about you today? What have you learned about sacrifice in other areas of your life? How do you answer the cost question? Are you willing to pay the price to get your dream to reality? These are questions you must answer yourself. You might want to write them down. In the costs, we're talking about things that are not quantifiable. We're not talking about money. So I want you to consider these points. The dream is free. Everybody can dream. Everybody has a dream. But the journey isn't. At some point, you have to make a transition from being a believer of the dream to become a buyer of the dream. You must back your dream with an action in achieving your dream. Number 2, the price must be paid sooner than you think. Dream believers are in abundance, but dream buyers are very rare to come by. Number 3 of the costs of putting your dream to test is that the price will be higher than you expect. Never once in my conversation with successful people have I heard the words, getting to the top was much easier than it. Success is uphill. Success is tedious. Success is not a destination. Success is a journey. It's a process. You have to go through the rudiments. You have to go through the steps in order to get to your destined point of success. So it's a continuum. You have to keep working at it. I already said the cost is not quantifiable. The price must be paid more than once. Success is not transactional, such that you buy the stuff and that's the end. No, success is continuous. Success is intentional. Success involves discipline. You have to discipline yourself. The statement used to describe this process is you have to give up something to go up. There is something you have in you that you might have to give up in order for you to go up. Number 5 of the cost in putting your dream to test is it is possible to pay too much for your dream. If you ruin your health or sacrifice your family, even though you achieve your dream, you won't be able to enjoy it. So what are the costs, type of costs you want to engage in? There are different types of costs. Time with family and friends is one cost. Do you want to choose to achieve your dream in sacrificing your time with friends and family? dealing with criticism from people who matters really matters. Everyone who pursues a dream is being criticized today. You have to ignore. Professional athletes do ignore. Pay the price of overcoming your fears. Everyone has a fear, but you must overcome your fear. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is doing it afraid. All dreams are outside our comfort zone. So leaving that zone is a price we must all pay to achieve our dream. Pay the price of hard work when it comes to success. There are no escalators to ride on to get to success. There are no shortcuts to success. You must work hard and smart to achieve your goals and success. What is your dream worth? This is a question you might want to ask yourself. If the cost requires you to sacrifice what is most important to you, your values, your family, your integrity, then it is not worth it. Dream a new dream that will not cost you to compromise. Whatever dream you have that is causing you to compromise your values, your family, and integrity, you have to abandon it and move to the next level of dreaming a new dream. You do not have to compromise because you want to achieve your dream. What is your dream worth? That's what you need to figure out. If you are unsure about your answers to the cost question, you need to count the cost before embarking on the journey. Seek out someone with experience in your area of interest. Ask him or her to give you some information and advice about what it takes to achieve success in that field. Then you need to ask yourself, how much am I willing to pay for my dream to become a reality? So you must be ready to count the cost before embarking on a journey. You do not want to start a journey such that you get halfway, you want to stop. You want to start a journey, you want to finish. So count the cost before embarking on that journey. Don't leave your dream to chance. How long it takes depends on you. The amount of time will be affected by how self-aware you are. Who are you? How honest are you about your dream or your strengths and weakness, your history? How much time and energy are you ready to give to that subject, to that dream? In summary, don't forget, the bigger the dream, the higher the cost. If you are unwilling to pay what it is likely to cost you, you need to change your dream or change what you're willing to pay. There are 5 nuggets I want to leave with you today as we close the webinar today. You have to dare to dream. You have to prepare the dream. You have to wear the dream. Let everyone see the dream. If you need to rework the dream, reevaluate your dream, go back, reevaluate your dream, and repair the dream. Then 5, you've got to share your dream. What you do not say, you are not accountable to. What you tell people about your dream, you are accountable. They hold you accountable. They will ask you, just like my mentor rightly asked me about what I love to do. And I said, I love to write. If I never shared that dream with him, it will never have seen the day of light. It will never have come to reality. So the moment you share your dream, you have 50% of achieving that dream. There's a possibility of that dream becoming a reality. It is one thing to have a dream. It's another to do the things needed to achieve it. Don't leave your dream to chance. The 10 questions asked in Put Your Dream to Test will increase your chances in your dream becoming a reality. You must engage in the process. How long it takes depends on you. The amount of time will be affected by how self-aware you are. How honest are you about your weakness and strengths, your history, and how much time and energy are you ready to give to your dream? So you must be ready to give it all it takes for you to achieve your dream. Note that the mind is the womb of creativity. We have briefly touched on a few principles for putting your dream and goals through a process that will help you take action and realize your dream. Imagine doing a deeper dive into these lessons today in a group setting or individual in private coaching session with me. What would happen to you if you and your team took a deeper dive into working towards your passion? What would that do for your personal growth? What I would like for you to do today as we close this is to simply fill the questionnaire that's going to be put in the chat section. Leave your comments. I need your feedbacks, and I also need you to sign up for the 5 web mastermind class. If this interests you, and if you have anyone in your circle of friends that you think will be interested in this kind of training, please do not hesitate to share the link with them, such that with the link, when I have subsequent meetings, I can often invite them. And also when my mentor, John C. Maxwell, has a coaching session or a mentoring group, I can always invite you to attend such session for free without paying any money. Thank you for making your growth a priority today. Ask me about additional coaching and training. I hope this session added value to you. I appreciate your attentiveness and having me today. It's been an honor being here with you today. My name is Sandra Uko, a coach, speaker, and trainer with the John Maxwell. Thank you, and I hope you had a great day today with me. Thank you. So I'm going to be leaving the floor for my mentor, Madam Deborah, to say one or two things, and also to check the chat if there are any questions for me to answer.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed Sandra's presentation. I feel it's wonderful. I always feel empowered when she speaks. In the chat, if you'll notice, I have posted all the links that you need. The survey is the top one. Please read it, fill it out carefully and considerably so that you can help Sandra. Her goal is to help everyone that she touches, and your comments will help her to improve that. And then there's also the link to sign up for future webinars if you so desire. If you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch with either one of us, and we'll be happy to help you. Thank you so much again for attending our webinar. Sandra has put on a wonderful show for you and given you some wonderful nuggets for having a wonderful dream and making it a success. Back to you, Sandra.
Thank you. Is there any question? I think I can say question there. I think the question is saying, what about if you're not able to achieve your dream? Yes, I could say that. If you listen to me well, I said there's some dreams that would want to make you compromise. For such dream, you might have to go back again to dream again. Go back to your drawing board and re-strategize. Perhaps you have issues and challenges in achieving your dream. You might want to speak to a coach or a mentor, someone to guide you, to understand where you're coming from and understanding what the dreams are and what the actions that are required for you to achieving your dream. I want to say thank you. Perhaps you are not able to ask me a question in this webinar. You can shoot me a mail at sandrauko1@gmail.com or info@sandrauko.com. I will reach out to you and I will get back to you. And so, as she rightly said, you might want to sign up for subsequent webinar. Thank you for making that time out of your busy schedule. I really want to thank everyone. I want to thank Emmanuel. I want to thank Juliet. I want to thank Andrea. I want to thank Solu. I want to thank Michael and Harmony. And I want to thank everyone, just in case I'm not able to mention your name. Please, I want to thank everyone. I want to thank you for making that time out of your busy schedule and giving me that time. And please share this video. I'm going to be sharing the video with all of you. Please, as you get the replay video, you might want to share with every other person in your world in order for us to dare to make a difference in our world. Thank you so much, and do have a blessed evening. Bye, everyone.